season.
Okay.
Right.
That makes sense.
That went from negative to positive, positive to negative, but it's coming full circle. Now, ones often mean pay attention to your thoughts as they're manifesting your reality. Two are often keep the faith and not worry. Three is often the messages from the ascended masters saying that they are supporting you right now. Fours are the angels are supporting you now. Five are pretty much with go with the flow, and it represents change that is getting ready to take place. Six often represents balance is important, especially when it comes to material matters. And I know it may freak some people out when you see 666 because you're like, oh my God, it's the sign of the devil. No, no. It's just showing that negatively that there's negative energies, and you need to balance this, and it's very important. In other words, release your worries, and often this is pertaining to material matters.
Okay.
And when you add the 3 6s, it ends up being as a 9. Which is the completion, right?
Right. So eventually you're going through a cycle.
Yes.
How does 6 plus 6 plus 6 equal 9?
18?
Yeah, 18, and you
6
break it
times
down.
3, 18, 1 and 8 is 9. Hello.
Oh, okay, that way. Now, if you explain it that way, I'm like, look, I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a
he's
genius.
getting into numerology now.
I know from elementary school, 6 plus 6 plus 6 does not equal 9. Okay.
So I do believe that we have a. Okay, so 3 minutes.
Good question.
Sorry. Okay, so number 7, it says that you are on the right path. New opportunities are on the horizon, and you're growing spiritually. 8 is abundance is now flowing your way. 9, you are ready to receive your life purpose. Your life purpose includes spiritual work. Now, now we're going to discuss different ways that the universe, spirit, angels communicate with us, not just by numbers.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to list everything out. Pretty much there's like 12 most common signs that our loved ones give to us. Because even our loved ones in heaven do communicate with us in certain ways, okay? And so I'm sure you guys are kind of want to know, what are they?
Oh, yes.
Okay?
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that many of you are going to want to know how to even notice the signs, because sometimes we don't even pay attention, right? But now that I'm going to be giving you the awareness, and you're going to start seeing it more often now, watch. So again, guys, Evolve is a call-in guidance show. So if you'd like for me to make a psychic connection that will reveal what the future has in store for you, or if you'd like to find out what particular repetitive numbers that you see mean, you can give us a call at 832-230-5592 during the second half of the show. Now, you never said what number that you see, Epi.
I see the 1111 a lot. I see 444. This morning I saw 555. So, and that's when I woke up, and I got up and started getting ready, because I had to go somewhere very early this
So 1111 is kind of like the birthday candles that, it's like making a wish, pretty much, and having to be, positive, like don't think negatively, like pretty much switch your thoughts if you are thinking negatively.
Right.
And if you are thinking positively at that time that you see 1111, it's almost like it's being enhanced, pretty much.
Right.
Okay, now, who came up with these numbers? I mean, I know you read us, the whole chart, but where does this come from, Victoria?
Well, as far as I know, that several therapists, several people who work in the spiritual world, I believe that they were channeled messages from the actual spirits that let us know what's going on. Pretty much everything that happens on a spiritual base has been channeled from some sort of higher source.
Okay.
Absolutely. All the inventions that have come about have been part of the imagination. And this imagination, or these thoughts that were injected by higher self, by spirit, they just can't come, I came up with this idea. No, it's sent by someone when you're open to that idea. Like when the 8-cylinder engine was created, the engineers kept saying it couldn't be done.
Well, hold that thought. We'll find out more about that when we come back from break. Stay tuned, and when we come back, we're going to talk about 12 most common signs our loved ones give us to relay messages to us.
Chauncey Glover from ABC 13. When you're not able to watch us live on your mobile device, be sure to stay connected to Synergy Radio 1480 anywhere in Houston, in your house, in your office, or even in your car by tuning in to 1480 AM, Synergy Radio Network, where it all comes together.
180 over 111, and I had a stroke. When I woke up, I couldn't speak or walk.
145 over 92, and then I had a heart attack.
182 over 100, and I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest, and then a stroke. Everything changed. It felt like my life was over.
This is what high blood pressure sounds like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a heart attack or stroke are far from invisible or silent.
150 over 90, and I had a stroke. If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
180 over 110, and I had a stroke. And I'm 33, so I never see this coming.
If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it. Or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Head to toe, everything's changed. Head to toe.
Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
In conjunction with the 50th anniversary of the Fair Housing Act and Realist Week, join the Houston Black Real Estate Association at a Community Day Housing Expo, Saturday, April 21st, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Community of Faith Church. Learn how to pay less to own a home than rent. You can talk with bankers, mortgage lenders, housing counselors, along with other workshops to educate you on the home buying process. For more information, our website is hbreahousingexpo.org. We look forward to seeing you there.
It's time to unleash your greatness. This is Tracy L. James, your host of Unleash Your Greatness, and I invite you to join me every Monday at 12 noon on 1480 AM and 94.9 FM on Synergy Radio Network, where it all comes together.
You're listening to Synergy Radio, where it all comes together.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You're listening to Houston's hottest new radio talk show, Evolve. And we were actually talking about the phenomenon of number sequences. And we are going to be listing 12 most common signs that our loved ones give us to help relay messages to us. Now, Ebba, you were talking about pretty much numerology and the numbers that you see frequently. You said 1111, 555, and
444. Yes, very frequently. And once I became aware of numbers and what they mean, now, not an expert on numbers or anything like that by far, but I know the significance of 444, for example, and 1111. And then throughout the years, listening to like Abraham and people like that channel messages, and they talk about numbers and the repetitive of numbers. And then it's just like you're almost aware of it. And so you look at your clock, and even if it's not the correct time on the clock, perhaps you have it 5 minutes fast or whatever, the numbers are still there, and it's sending you a message. So they know what to do to send you the messages.
Yep, they sure do. Yeah. And it's not just repetitive number frequencies, but the other list that I have here are through our dreams.
Correct.
One of the most common ways for spirit to visit and communicate with us is through dreams. While sleeping, your conscious mind is pretty much quiet down. I like to say that I have monkey mind whenever I am awake. And so that's the only time that spirit can communicate with me is at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Because then I'm more receptive and less resistant through my own personal thoughts, blockages, and belief systems. So you're more relaxed and open.
Right.
Most people are comfortable seeing a loved one in a dream, or of course, they don't want to scare us either,
Correct.
Because I can tell you, there have been plenty of times as I started to open up with mediumship that they would literally, I would walk out the hallway and I would see something in the corner of my eye, and I'm like, why are they trying to scare me? And I turn around, there's nobody there. Or I would be sitting in the restroom and I keep seeing this little eye at the little crack, and I'm like, really, people? Y'all want to be seeing what I'm doing in here? And I'm thinking, there's nobody in the restroom but me. And I have to tell spirit, come on, guys.
Seriously?
Come on. Wait till I get out of here, okay? And so again, in spirit visitation dreams, a deceased loved one often enters a dream or is surrounded by some sort of light in the dream. Well, they may talk to you or ask you to deliver messages. They usually offer some sort of comfort that they are okay, everything is at peace, and that they have made it to the other side comfortably. Symbols in your dream are also used to help you to interpret the dream. If it's not clear to what the message is, you might want to investigate the dream a little bit further and what the interpretation is. But, I mean, for me, as a clairvoyant, I see symbols. So clairvoyant means clear seeing. And so I see symbols such as apple. If I see an apple, that means that it's forbidden fruit, obviously. You think of Adam and Eve, right?
Right.
Forbidden fruit, it means something that you're not supposed to be doing. If I see a plane, it means to me that someone's actually getting ready to travel. And these symbols still relate into your dreams as well, even if you see animals. Now, the difference between the dream state from something that's nothing, right? These particular dreams are in color and very vivid and lucid.
Right.
And you remember them. And you may not remember all of them, but bits and pieces, because if you break down those meanings, it's actually pertaining to something that you're going through at that moment. Okay. I had a client that was constantly dreaming that she was running late. And I'm like, well, let me ask you, are you always late in person? Like, maybe this says that you need to manage your time wisely, and subconsciously it's coming out that way. Or Spirit is probably telling you that you need to be particular of your time, because you might be missing a certain opportunity that is getting ready to close its doors. Okay. You guys have any dream experiences that y'all want to share?
I don't dream much, so no, not today.
You know, I have dreams. You might have dreams and you don't even know it.
True, very true.
I think I have dreams, but I quickly forget them after I wake up, or sometimes they're so realistic that they frighten me and they'll wake me up.
Yeah.
And lately, I just haven't had any ones. But I can recall throughout my childhood and throughout my life, there's times when I have dreams where I'm falling. And it's like I just keep falling and falling into this, empty space. And then I wake up scared because I caught myself. It's like I finally stopped falling or, being scared. So I've heard that a lot, where people feel that falling
and even
sensation.
with falling, that represents that there's some sort of aspect of your life that you feel you're not in control of. Right? Because, if you're falling out of a plane, what do you got to grab onto? What do you got to grasp? Yep. Right? So this is a symbolization that you have to look deep down inside in your personal life, or just in your life in general. What are you not quite having a handle on that it startles you?
Okay.
That you need to get a grip on, in other words, right?
Right.
To get under control. Now, the other way that Spirit communicates through us, to us, is through signs from animals. Okay?
Interesting.
I work a lot with animal spirit guides. So when I see an eagle or a vulture, literally I saw a swan and ducks and animals that I've never seen before. And when they come to me, it's a sign that something's going on. Right. When I was clearing a client of mine yesterday, and clearing her a bunch of junk that had on her. It was bad. But I knew that something was going on and something had happened, and there was a shift because a blue jay literally flew in and pretty much sat next to us for a while and then flew out. So I'm like, okay, we have an animal buddy here that's wanting to bring a message for you. And so butterflies, birds, dragonflies, ladybugs are spirits that can use their energy to be with us through the animal world for a very short amount of time. If an animal does something unusual, like land in front of you or on you, stare at you through a window, or pretty much squawk at you as they're trying to speak to you, and these could be a sign that your loved one is around you also. So if you want to learn a little bit more about angel numbers too, Doreen Virtue has several books of angel number meanings. You can find it on Google as well. There's several people on there that offer the messages and the different number sequences. And there is also some spirit animal guide meanings. So there's an actual book out there. I can't remember, Stephen is his name. I can't remember the last name. But Stephen Farmer, matter of fact. He has a really good book listing all the animals and what their meanings are. So when you see them, you can tune into it.
Oh, when you see them or when you see them in your dreams?
Both. They come in waking life and in as you're asleep.
In a conference a few years back when Doreen Virtue was in Houston, she spoke of 911, and that adds to 11, and 1 and 1 is 2. So that means union, unity. So many times we think of 911 as a danger,
emergency call,
bad, something bad to happen. But it's when we come together. Many times, look what happened last year in October, or when was it? Yeah, last year. It's been so long. But anyway, we all came together. We drew people from all over the country to come and assist and unite with what we were going through. And so that's what it means. So we can always look at the good side and see, hey, it's not that bad, and these things happen anyway. Things go in cycles. So
Right. Now, the other way is signs through small objects. It is very common for spirit to use objects like feathers, coins, stones, and other small objects that may have some significance to either you or the spirit. So spirit likes to place things in your path to let you know that they are around. If you find different things just showing up randomly, you may like to do some research on these gifts from spirit. I want to call them gifts from spirit, which are objects appear from out of nowhere. Now, the other day, as I said before, I was cleansing my house, I was cleansing myself, and I literally smoked the house out with incense, and the kids are like, I can't see anything, it's so foggy up in here,
Sounds like something my mom would do.
And I swept the kitchen, the whole entire house, and it was time for me to mop with a special blend that I made to cleanse my home. And Spirit kept saying, don't forget to do the kitchen. And I'm like, okay, thank you. So as soon as I go in there, literally there was a white feather sitting in the middle of the floor in the kitchen.
Wow.
And I'm like, thank you so much, Spirit, because this is a sign that you guys are here and that this house is obviously clear now.
Good.
So again, I find feathers, coins at the weirdest thing. It'll be like I get in my car and there's like a dime sitting right at the edge of the seat. And I'm like, where did this come from? It wasn't here earlier. So
what does the dime mean?
Pretty much the dime or pennies are pretty much from our loved ones in spirit. So they always bring little coins or feathers or pretty much letting you know that we're near.
Okay. I need to ask this because this happens to me all the time. I may be driving and then I get close to a big light, like a freeway light or a street light, and then right when I drive by it, it turns off. And I don't understand what that means, but it constantly happens to me all the time. And then I think to myself, oh, that's my sister Christine who's passed away. Maybe she's just saying hi.
And
is that
yes,
something, or am I making it up?
No. And that is the thought that is pretty much letting you know that it is from her, because you have to pay attention to your thoughts. What is it exactly popping in your head at that moment? And that is also, we're going to get to that soon.
Oh, okay.
It's a part of the 12 signs or common signs that Spirit, the angels, the universe communicate with us to let us know, to give us messages, okay? So we're going to get there.
See.
But again, you right away, it was your sister Christine letting you know, hey, I'm here.
But how do we know it's not a bad spirit?
Oh, you can tell. Just by your vibration, if you already feel like it's something that you need to worry about, then obviously it's not something from a higher vibrational plane, and it's not coming from 100% from God's divine loving light.
So if the light flickered off or the room suddenly turned off and then I had this uncomfortable feeling, then I would know
that it's something that's not angelic or something that is not positive vibration.
Right.
So it's a
exactly.
feeling that immediately follows
Yes,
that.
exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
whenever it's not from a good source, then you feel that in your stomach right away. You feel that wrenching feeling,
Fear,
It's
perhaps.
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
That really helps
Yeah,
explain
if
it.
you feel like you got to run out the room and be like, then you know that it's something not good.
Yeah.
You may need to have someone come and clear the house or clear you
Right.
at the same time.
Question: did your alarm come on when you smoked the house?
Oh, mine?
Your fire alarm.
Incense are different than smoke, though, right?
Well, yeah, but I was using the little the Resins, but no, it didn't because I took the batteries out of all
Okay.
of it.
You took the batteries? Oh my gosh!
Yeah, because I
That's
knew
a
it was going to go
fire
off.
hazard.
For the cleansing.
For the cleansing only. And for the cleansing only, yeah. So when we come back, we're going to learn, we're going to talk about more signs from the universe, and then we're going to open up the phone line. So if you'd like to tune in and receive a phone call, I'm sorry.
Call in.
I know.
Hopefully stay tuned
I'm
in.
discombobulated right now. Oh my God. This is what happens when I connect to spirit. I got to tune into them too. So if you'd like to receive a reading or get clarification of what certain repetitive numbers that you see, you can give us a call at 832-230-5592. I'm like...
This is Grace Holden, and you are listening to Synergy Radio Network, 94.9 FM and 1480 AM.
Listen and imagine. It takes 5 seconds to send a text, and for those 5 seconds, you're driving blind. Life is worth more than a text. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Deciding to get married is a huge decision. This is Dr. Viviana Coles, Houston's Love Doc. The private premarital counseling program at Houston Relationship Therapy is designed to set you up for a successful and satisfying marriage. We don't avoid the tough topics like money, sex, and parenting. Our 10-session Get It Right program provides you with a solid foundation on which to build healthy communication and interactions long term. We've teamed up with the state of Texas to offer you $60 off of your marriage license. We also offer a fast-track version for those getting married soon. Visit our website, www.houstonpremaritalcounseling.com, to learn more about our program, premarital counselors, and package pricing. Ready to schedule? Call us at 713-542-2221. Appointments are available 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. At Houston Relationship Therapy, we know the difference between getting married and being married. Our experienced and dedicated premarital counselors can help prepare you for a satisfying, loving partnership. Call 713-542-2221 to schedule your appointment today and plan for your dream marriage now at Houston Relationship Therapy.
Group attention. That's right. You're listening to Sports Talk Radio with Big Sarge. Hey, this is what I'm going to need y'all to do. I'm going to need y'all to make sure that you go and do your research. Call in. Let me get your facts, your opinions, everything that you want to talk about. Call in and talk with me about it. And let's just go from there. Things like, why is the NFL Combine and the military PT test so much connected? So you know what, y'all, call in. Let's talk about things like that. We'll talk about basketball. We'll talk about football. We'll talk about anything that you want to talk about. It's open. And then you know what, I may even throw in a little equestrian. I know some of y'all listen to equestrian, right? Come on, y'all. We can talk about horse jumping, can't we? Call in, because Big Sarge know everything, all right? So make sure you have your stuff together, because I'm going to have my stuff together, all right? All right. This is Sports Talk with Big Sarge. Group all out.
Sports Talk with Big Sarge, Monday through Fridays, 2 to 4 p.m.
This is Cesar Espinosa from Fiel Houston, and you're listening to 1480 AM and 94.9 FM.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're listening to Houston's hottest new radio talk show, Evolve, where we will teach you how to heal, thrive, grow, and transform your life in positive ways. So we were discussing 12 most common signs our loved ones give us to relay messages to us. And we were talking about signs through animals, our dreams, number sequences. The other thing is signs through small objects such as feathers, coins, stones, and other small objects that they can place in front of us. The other thing is movement. So some spirits move objects to get your attention.
That's scary.
Okay, so in other words, does the same photograph keep falling? I've literally had a book thrown at me at Barnes and Noble one time, not from somebody, but from walking down the aisle. A book fell out, and it was actually what I was looking for.
Wow.
Okay, so again, I'm telling you, I have so many stories that will literally blow your mind. So, so at the same time, is there some things that always get misplaced or lost while you have them in possession, right? In other words, your keys may not, even though you know the keys are right there on your table and you probably put it there all the time, but then you can't find it. I've also noticed that if I would have left at a particular time, I would have probably had an accident because I see the accident there beforehand.
Yeah.
So it's Spirit's way of saying, don't leave the house just yet.
Right.
Okay. The other thing is buzzing and ringing in your ears. You know, have you ever had a high-pitched noise in one or both of your ears that has come out of nowhere? My husband says that he gets this all the time, but now that he has been with me for such a long time, he's now open and aware. So when it happens, he's like, why do I keep hearing this loud noise? I said, well, tune into it. Close your eyes and concentrate and ask yourself, what is the message? And then he'll tell me, well, I, for some reason, have this urge or feeling to say yada, 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 you know, and then it happens.
Right.
You know, I always heard that if you hear your ear is hurting or your ear is ringing, somebody's saying something bad about you.
Well, it depends on if it's the right or the left, right?
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah. So that's also something too. And I mean, again, we're all spirit, right? Walking around in a human body.
So if
We're
it's on the
connected.
right, what does it mean? And if it's on the left, what does it
If
mean?
it's on the left, that means that they're talking bad about you. But if it's on
Okay.
the right, then it means it's good things.
So that's saying is,
good,
you're
right is good, left is bad.
Right.
So if you're when that's saying were your ears burning, so is that true or?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the
Saying
same,
the same
talking
thing,
about
right?
you, right?
Somebody's saying something about you.
Right. And oftentimes, if I'm talking about someone, they'll pop up or they'll call. So it's almost like I connect with them on a telepathy level, you know,
Right.
telepathic way. Now, the other thing is electricity. So you were talking about this earlier about the lights
Yes,
turning off.
definitely.
Now, I've channeled energies from spirit, or when I call 1,000 angels in to do a healing, or even when I'm pulling negative stuff off, the lights will flicker. And it never does that. But I know that that means that my angels have either come in and they help pull out whatever was on my client or in the room,
Right.
and they leave. Or I'll see little flashes of light at the corner of my eyes. And I know it's not that I need glasses because I already wear them, or it's not my eyes playing tricks on me. But spirits love to play with electricity. After all, we are all energy, correct?
Correct.
So energy runs through all things. It is actually quite common for past loved ones to learn how to use these things to get your attention, because I think it's a lot easier for them to connect with that.
That's right. Absolutely.
Okay. We do have a caller on the line, so we're going to go straight to the phone lines real quick. Hello, caller. How are you? You're live on the air. How can we help you?
Hi. Yes, I have a specific question,
Okay.
Victoria.
Okay.
I'm legally blind, and I'm also a speaker, and I'm a teacher as well, basically teaching people about having faith in yourself despite the adversity that, in my case, I'm facing, losing my vision. And so what's going on is basically I could feel it, I could sense it. It's kind of like the intuition is definitely top-notch at this point in my life. What's happening is that when I go out there and I'm trying to get gigs in the sense of speaking engagements and workshops, even in the spiritual community, energy is energy, as you were just talking about. Even in the spiritual community, I feel like it's like a sense of ego and higher authority when the way they even talk to me. It's like I don't even get a chance. I'm underestimated a lot due to the physical disability. And I just have so much faith and confidence in myself now. It has not been easy, but I really love myself, and I'm going to shine it. I don't care what ABC person thinks of me necessarily, but when I'm trying to get work and jobs, it's hard. So I wasn't sure what you feel for that.
So I'm
Or-
gonna ask Spirit. I'm gonna call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, and I'm gonna ask that they surround you with God's golden light. And I'm gonna command in the name of God and Jesus Christ that all emotions of criticism be removed from you now.
Okay.
These are stored in your stomach, is what I'm being told. Blockages
Yeah, I'm
with your
feeling it go.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
feeling it go, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're pulling it out now, and we're also pulling them out of your hands. Feelings of emotions of resentment. I'm asking in the name of God and Jesus Christ that all emotions of resentment be removed from you now in Jesus' name. I pray. Amen. Amen. And amen. So they're going to start coming out of your hands and flowing out. So if you store these emotions in your body, even if they're not from you, coming from you, but from other people, right?
Yes.
Yes. And they're saying you have a lot of fear. So I'm going to command the removal of all emotions of fear, subconscious fear of being constantly criticized based on your physical ailment. And with this was recent, right? Has it started to decline the past 2 years or 5 years?
Yes.
Okay. So with that being said, a Spirit says that you have a higher purpose, a higher calling to help people. And it doesn't matter what other people think about you. It matters about what you think about yourself, and that you have a purpose that has been given to you by divine order. What that means is that no matter what people say to you, how they feel about you, God says that nobody can take it away from you because I gave it to you. I bestowed this blessing upon you, this purpose upon you, and nobody can take it away and cause anything to happen to not help you to move forward. But we are trapping that fear in what's going on with the leg. Are you been having problems with your knee? Is it popping? I keep hearing popping noises, so I'm not sure if maybe it's popping noises from when you walk, but it's almost like lack of support.
Oh, it's interesting. I do yoga, and I'm super flexible, so sometimes I hyperextend. So now I'm very mindful when I do hyperextend, because of that, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to clear that energy out of your legs now.
Okay, sure.
So I'm pushing in white light into your root chakra.
Okay. I feel it.
Release it out, give it to Mother Earth. She is going to purify and cleanse it now. I just felt a huge shift. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for tuning in.
Thank
and you. You're welcome.
Do you mind if I add a little something here? Did you say that you were blind and that you're also a speaker? Is that right?
I'm legally blind.
Legally blind.
So what is that? I still have vision. I still can read. I have central vision, but I'm losing my vision, essentially.
It's interesting that you actually called in because I deal with a lot of individuals and I help a lot of individuals who are blind. And honestly, yes, it's hard when you're visually impaired, and there's a lot of that, against you because people have their preconceived ideas. But, and you may have feeling a lot of that negative vibes around. But, like Victoria said, if you feel that in yourself, you believe in yourself, she's, cleansed and helped you here. But another thing, too, is that, if you continue to, work on your own image and how you portray yourself on a day-to-day basis, that'll give you more confidence and self-confidence so that when you're speaking in front of others, they're not able to kind of perceive you as someone who is visually impaired. So I hope that helps.
No, that does a lot, and I agree with Victoria in the sense of just, I think I was storing all the energy that from other people because I'm also an empath. So that happens. I was a little bit trapped, but move on. Okay. So I move on and shine on anyway.
And keep shining that light, sweetheart. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to go to the next caller now.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? You're live on the air. How can we help you?
Yeah, I just have a question. About 3 years ago, I was asleep and I was in dream state, and next thing I know, I opened my eyes. I saw these two entities next to the bed pulling on me, and it was pretty frightening. And I don't know if soul figures. I don't know if that was a negative energy or a positive energy, but they were waking me up for something as if they were pulling me, and I had to go away. Wow. And it was so real, like two people were standing.
Well, during that time, during when this happened, were you going through a lot of chaos and a breakup? Or some sort of separation?
No, I've just lost a lot of people and a lot of sickness in my family around me.
Okay, so that pretty much tells me yes, because it's like a separation or a breakup. So with that being said, is that you are really very sensitive and emotional to that period in your life that made you more susceptible for negative entities to pretty much mess with you. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, I don't feel them around you anymore. Because
that was the only time that happened.
So
and I just
okay. So in other words, at that time you were at a very vulnerable state, and of course those lower vibrational energies, those negative entities, like to mess with us when we're at our most vulnerable state.
Right.
And so again, they have since left because I'm being told that you did some sort of purging or cleansing at that moment. You've been meditating a lot more, is what they're saying. Mm-hmm. Okay, so those are no longer around.
Well, that's good.
Right. So we're going to go back on break. We're going to go on break here, sweetheart. So I'm going to place you on hold. And when we come back, we're going to return to a few more callers live on the air. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, if you want to receive a reading, you can call in at 832-230-5592.
This is Annie Wade, and you're listening to Synergy Radio, where it all comes together.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Today we decided to walk to school. The light counted. 15, 41, 13. We took a left on Raccoon Street. There were so many sounds. I realized I forgot my homework. I hope I don't have another bad day at school.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org. Brought to you by Understood and the Ad Council.
This is your boy Stevie Ray, host of the world's most dangerous radio show. Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray every Thursday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Listening right here, Synergy Radio Network, where it all comes together, harnessing the power of the community. Now, can you dig it?
You're listening to Houston's perfect blend of jams, sports, and information at home, at work, at play. Synergy, where it all comes together.
And we are back. You're listening to Houston's hottest new radio show, Evolve, where we will teach you how to heal, thrive, grow, and transform your life in positive ways. I am like tongue-tied today, guys.
Yes.
Okay, what does that mean?
I think I'm thirsty. That's what it is. So let's talk about synchronicities and what does that mean? Synchronicity is experiencing two or more events that are unlikely to occur together by chance, yet are experienced by occurring together in a meaningful way. Mm-hmm. So spirit can arrange signs for you in this way. In other words, a couple of years ago could not sleep, and spirit kept telling me, you need to write a book. And I'm like, write a book about what? What are you talking about? And they're like, you need to write a book because you're getting ready to meet a publisher. And I'm like, but I don't know what to write. They're like, don't worry about it. We'll tell you when we get there. So the next day I go into this metaphysical shop that I was conducting readings there, and lo and behold, this publisher actually walked in and said, hey, we're a new local publishing company looking for new writers. And wow. I had literally was mind blown because I was like, Spirit just told me this. So I took his card, and of course now I do have a children's book that has been published. It's called Maggie and Me.
Awesome.
And so they synced everything up. A lot of the things that happen for me sync up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I totally can vouch to that. I have been thinking about turning my business online. And I kept looking for classes, saw some Facebook posts, registered for some, but I thought, it's kind of far away. I really needed something now. Lo and behold, before I came here, turned on my iPad, got an email, and it said, tomorrow there's an online business class available.
Wonderful.
And I'm like, what?
Awesome.
It's crazy how things like that happen.
It is, but you know what? The once that it starts happening, you start noticing, it starts happening more and more.
That's right.
And I just love it. Now, the other thing is fragrances.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll smell roses or perfume walking out the house, and I know it's not mine, but I know that it's a loved one that has crossed over coming for one of my clients.
They smelled, they had that specific fragrance that they used to wear when they were alive, or?
Right. They did. And as a matter of fact, I sometimes will smell smoke, like cigarette smoke or cigar smoke, and I'll ask my client, did this person used to be a heavy smoker? And they would say, yeah. So they communicate with that as well. Wow. The other thing is music. Songs are a great way for spirit to trigger memories for you. Wow. For me, spirit communicates through different play songs to deliver messages in a way like, after my clearing, I heard Fly by Nicki Minaj, and I listened to it because it was my first time. And it resonated with me because exactly how I felt. Another time, there was another song that I kept being told, you need to go to meditation, a group meditation. And I'm like, no, Spirit, I don't want to go. Why do I need to go attend? I can do it at home. They're like, you need to go. Well, that particular time, that moment, I was really worried about what I was doing for a living. I felt like, should I be doing what I'm doing? Do I need to just go back and find a job? Or what do I need to do? And so I would listen to Spirit. I go to this meditation center. And as I'm waiting in the church, lo and behold, my boss came in. She walked in, and literally, that was the last boss I had because I quit to do this job full time. And as soon as I get in the car, I heard that one song that comes on, Fast and the Furious, the one that, you've come a long way, let me tell you all about it when I see you again. And that was exactly what happened, was that Spirit was telling me, I have come a long way. Why would I stop now? Let me remind you of why you're doing what you're doing. And they sent her in the room.
Right.
So we're going to go to our next caller. Hello, caller. You're live on the air. How can we help you?
Hi, I was just calling because I was interested in the number signs that you say, and I see the numbers 397 quite frequently, and I also have dimes either fall on my feet, fall on my leg while I'm walking. I can get up, it not be there, come back, it's there. And I have a lot of, obviously, connect with you and the aspect of being able to see or hear or know things that that a normal, just neurotypical, not have, I guess, so attached to the spirit would hear. And I just was very interested in just calling to see what you picked up on that.
Well, 397 is obviously a Ascended Master. An Ascended Master is someone like Kuan Yin, Mother Mary, Jesus, someone who walked the earth plane and was a teacher. Okay, so I have to say that I feel that you, as I ask Spirit, they say that you are also in a teaching mode at this moment. So I feel like you're going to be taking some classes and teaching them at the same time. Spirit is also saying that your life has finally come full circle. And they are saying that they are sending you kudos because you are right on track. And you've been questioning whether or not, am I going down the right path? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? And Spirit's is saying to you that we are divinely watching you and guiding every step. And they are saying, good job for listening on going down the right path and moving forward. There's some big things that are happening around June, July for you.
Okay.
Are you purchasing a home or purchasing some sort of property?
Thinking about it.
Okay.
But it's...
Go ahead.
Oh, no, thinking about it, but it's not around the area I'm in now.
Okay, so June or July is when that's going to pop up, and Spirit's saying is that if you're questioning even that choice or that decision, they're saying that they're leading you and guiding your steps in the right direction that you need to go.
Okay, even if it's out of the country?
As I said, they're saying that they're divinely guiding your steps and where you need to go.
Allow it.
You know what? I believe in listening to them. It's easier whenever you get the message and you have to deliver it versus when the message is trying to come to you and you have to receive it.
Let me tell you something. I resist some of their messages they tell me. Sometimes I'm like, no, Spirit, I don't want to do that. But then next thing you know, I'm saying, I'm sorry.
Harder.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't listen. I mean, literally, like I said, I told you I got hit in the head with the book at Barnes and Noble. So obviously they're saying we need you to listen, because sometimes they will really kick my butt. For not listening.
Stop being stubborn.
Right. But Spirit saying you are on the right path. They are guiding your footsteps, and know that this is divinely ordered and you're fully protected.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So we have some more lists or comments. Let me just get through this here. So we talked about synchronicities, fragrances, music, and even just your thoughts. Spirit messages come to us by the way of thoughts. Pay attention to any thoughts that just pops into your head. For example, you may see a bird that is very uncommon in the area. You may have a thought that, I think I need to move, right? Or like I said before, I feel like I need to go to the meditation group, So this is the way that Spirit communicates with you. Even just sensing their presence, you might notice a shift when Spirit is around you. For me, I get chills all over my body. Okay, or it gets extremely cold, right? Okay. Or I'll feel like something's touching me,
Right.
So this is how they also communicate with us. Now, next Friday at 12 p.m., we will have a very special guest, real estate agent LaTanya Robinson. She will give us some tips on how to purchase or sell a home, but I'm gonna kind of flip the script here a little bit. We will be discussing how negative energy can affect the sale of your home and provide you with tips on how to clear your home. And at the same time, I'm going to be discussing haunted houses, ghosts in the house, and even how negative energy can affect your business and how important it is to have it cleared. So you're not going to want to miss that, guys. It's going to be an interesting show next week with real estate agent LaTanya Robinson. And, of course, you can call in and get some advice from your guides, your angels, connect to your loved ones, or even if you want to chime in and ask questions to either Chelsea Nguyen, who is a professional image consultant, or from Epi Munoz, who is a Qigong and longevity instructor. Yes, I was going to say coach.
May I say a couple of things just
Sure.
real quick?
Sure.
For the first caller that called, hello, the first caller today, you mentioned something about the gut, that she has issues with the gut. A probiotic would be a very good thing for her to do. And also, I know yoga is really good for some people, but at a certain point, especially if she's hurting her knees and so forth, Qigong would be ideal for her because it is very gentle, zero impact, and it moves the energy, it moves the Qi, and it really, really is very therapeutic. So give us a call, messages or something, so that we can give you a little bit more information. Thank you.
So, as a recap for you guys, that you need to pay very close attention to your thoughts and be self-aware of what's going on in your surroundings, because if you start noticing some things that are repetitive, like numbers or feathers or coins or lights flickering, or even just sensing presences, that this is actually your guides, your higher self, the angels, God, what the universe trying to communicate with you. Listen. So until next time, remember to keep your eyes and ears open to receive your message from the divine, your guides, and universe, and they will provide you with the clues that can help you along your path. Until next Friday at 12 p.m., you guys have a blessed day.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.